Okay, all right, shalawam. First off, I want to say all praises to Yahawashi, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and to the elect out there doing the work, shalawam. This is GMS Precepts. My name is Nazar Qad, and pretty much I'm going to go into, as you can see on the screen here, it says, this is from New York Times, and it says, this is an old article, by the way. It's a little bit over a year ago. Okay, it says UN apologizes for role in Haiti's 2010 cholera outbreak. Okay, so they finally admitted it 6 years later, because the whole outbreak happened in 2010. Okay, after the UN sent troops to help them with the earthquake. Okay, they sent troops out there. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, they knew their role, because initially, what did they do? They denied the role. This is an article. This is another article. It says, as UN denies responsibility. This is from 2012. As UN denies responsibility for cholera outbreak, Haitian victims protest and launch a lawsuit. Right. So initially, what do? They denied their involvement in it, even though you had scientists that came afterwards and said, "Yo, man, fingers, the evidence points to the UN troops." Okay, so they had a whole bunch of mounting evidence pointing at the UN troops being responsible, but the devil being the devil, what do? They just deny. Let me see. This is another article. This says, it says UN peacekeepers were the source of the Haiti cholera outbreak that killed 2,000 people, claims French disease expert. Okay, so this is within the same year. There was so much evidence mounting and pointing at the U.S. peacekeepers as the source, but what do? They still denied. Okay, and what cholera does, it is basically a disease, or a disease where it dehydrates you. Okay, and it makes you weak and gives you it gives you muscle spasms. You have diarrhea, and you're just really dehydrated until you just drop dead, man. And it happens with unsanitary water. Okay, so what they were doing was I said 9 times out of 10, man, they knew what the fuck they were doing, man. All right, either that, or you got to be highly retarded to dump dirty water into into a water system that's used by the Haitian people. All right, like, why else would you do that? Either you did it on purpose, or the UN troops were fucking retarded for dumping their dirty water, okay, into into water that they use to bathe, use to drink, wash clothes, or whatever. All right. Let me see if I can find a quick thing here. I was reading something here. Here it is. Look at this. A contractor dumps excrement from the U.S. base into stagnant pools 400 meters away. You know, I wanted to read it. It must have been another article, but I wanted to read where they had the evidence pointing to. It says, French scientists said no other hypothesis could be found to explain the outbreak of a cholera epidemic in this village, not affected by the earthquake earlier this year and located dozens of kilometers from the coast in tents. Okay. So there was poor sanitation, lack of medical evidence at a UN base found to be the source of the deadly disease. Concluded that originated in a tributary of Haitian and Batante River next to the compound of the. He found no instance of cholera than a unit, but he strongly hinted at the cover-up. So this scientist was saying it. He was saying that the UN troops were the source of it without saying it, because he didn't want to get his head blown off, probably, you know. But yeah, that's that. They denied it, and now finally 6 years later, which was like a little bit over a year ago, they finally admitted to their role in the cholera outbreak. You know, so that's what the devil does, man. This fucking gook is a secretary general of the United Nations. He's saying he's profoundly sorry. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like I said, they did that on purpose, because their whole thing is any opportunity that Esau has to further put misery and put death on the Israelites. Guess what? They're gonna take advantage of that, man. And the whole earthquake in Haiti in 2010, that was another situation of it. They found an opportunity to kick them while they're down, so to speak. Okay, so the first scripture I'm gonna get is in this is Nahum. This is Psalms. I mean, I could start from 1, but you know what? Let me just start at 1. Okay, this is Psalms 10 verse 1. It says, "Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble?" Okay, so this is going into, you know, the reason why he's doing that is because we're going through our punishment, man. Because you got a lot of jakes that say that now. You got that famous quote from I believe it was Boys in the Hood, when Ice Cube says, "Man, why God don't love us? Why we, if there's a God, why we always getting shot in the ghetto and shit, you know?" All right, but the reason is because we're going through our punishment, man. But the good news is that our punishment that we're going through, pursuing Deuteronomy the 20th chapter, it's almost over with, man. All right, and those curses and that cup and those and all those hardships are going to be applied upon our enemies. All right, and especially our top enemy, the Edomites. All right, so reading on verse 2, it says, "The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor," which the poor represents you Israelites, man. We are the poor right now. All right, and the wicked are talking about the Edomites. All right, it says, "The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined," because their device that they imagine is having us in slavery and ultimately wiping us off the face of the earth, man. Their goal is they want to get rid of the Israelites. They want to get rid of God's chosen people. All right, but guess what? It says, "Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." Guess what? It tells you in Revelation, the 20th chapter, that after 1,000 years of slavery, they're gonna be the ones that are gonna be eliminated, man. Okay, they're gonna be the ones that are gonna be, the Edomites are gonna be extinct. When they want to try to make you Israelites extinct, the Most High is going to allow the Edomites to be extinct. Okay. Reading on, it says, "For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covenants whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked through pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts." Right, because the one they seek after is Satan, man. Okay, they're all into Satan. That's who they pray to. Okay, or that's who they seek. Okay, so reading on, his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. And that's the characteristic. This is explaining the characteristics of the wicked, which are the Edomites on the planet Earth, which are you devils, man. That's another word for you, man. The wicked, the Edomites, the devil, Satan. All right. That same spirit in the garden, that's Esau, man. Cain. All right. All right. So it says, verse, he hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And that's the mind state. That's the mindset of an Edomite. From you top Edomites, the elites, which are the elites, the bankers, the one that really run this planet Earth at this moment, down to you peon Edomites, man. That's in your spirit. You feel like you can't get touched, man. Okay? You feel like the Most High is not going to do anything to you. Well, guess what? The Most High has a plan, man. His plan is to raise up the Israelites, all right? Raise up his chosen seed to take over the hierarchy, to be that top government, that top mountain on the planet Earth. Because that was his promise going back to Abraham, man. Genesis, the 17th chapter. It says, verse 7, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. I mean, look at this article. Look at this title. UN denies responsibility for cholera outbreak. Right? And then it says UN apologizes for role. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. You best believe they knew what they were doing, man. They purposely spread cholera in Haiti. All right, to further put more afflictions upon the Israelites. All right. It says, verse 8, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. Okay, so there's countless examples of that, and this is just one of them. I'm just bringing one of them out. The UN apologizes for his role in Haiti, man. And who knows, they could have, that whole earthquake, it's said to be a lot of oil and a lot of gold still in Haiti, man. You know? But as far as how the earthquake happened, we'll know that in due time, you know? But that's just something that was said, okay? It could have possibly been done on purpose, okay? As far as the earthquake in Haiti, because they do have a technology where they can do that. They can manipulate the weather through the HARP program. Okay. Verse 9. It says, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. And that's what he did, man. And you know, when they sent the UN troops, okay, to Haiti, oh, we're gonna help you. Okay, let us help you in your time of need. Here it is. A whole bunch of money was given to Haiti to rebuild it, and it's same and it's even worse. We're in the same position that it's been before the earthquake. It hasn't gotten any better. You know, and that also goes into the leaders that were put in by Esau, okay, the so-called leaders, the Haitian leaders, the president, Sweet Mickey, and whoever's there after him. You know, that whole country is all corrupt, man. But it's corrupt because of who was placed in there. All right. Esau made sure that the people that was placed in there are not going to do any good for the people of Haiti, which are part of the curses, man, you know. But those curses are about to be lifted up off of us, okay, and placed upon our enemies. It says, he croucheth and humbled himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. And that's what he did. They sent the UN troops. Don't worry, Haiti, we're going to send UN troops over there, and we're going to help you out, okay. But in the midst of that, what do? They spread the cholera, which caused even more death. Okay. He hath said in his heart, the Most High hath forgotten. He hideth his face; he will never see it. And that's their mentality. He's like, you know what? The Lord, the Most High, is not dealing with the Israelites anymore, man. So we could do whatever we want with him, man. He's not dealing with the Israelites anymore. Okay? All right, so that's the point I wanted. Let me get I wanted Lamentations 2. I wanted the point. I can start at 15, but I want to start at 17. It says, the Lord let me see, cause that enemy to just over the set. Yeah, I mean, I could start at 15, but I'm gonna just get to the point where I wanted. This is Lamentations 2 and 17. It said, the Lord hath done that which he hath devised. He hath fulfilled his word that he hath commanded in the days of old. He hath thrown down, he hath not pitied, and he hath caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. He hath set up the horn of thine adversary. So it's the Most High that put these other nations, primarily the Edomites, as the horn, man, which is the power structure. He gave the Edomites, the wicked, the rule over and control over the planet Earth right now. All right, and the Lord hath done that which he hath devised was punish us for not following and keeping the law, statutes, commandments. All right. Matter of fact, real quick, let me get that in Apocrypha, Tobit, 3rd chapter, 3 and 4, I believe. Yeah, it says, for they, this is Tobit 3 and 4, for they obeyed not thy commandments. Okay, and the thy, let me get the just so brothers could understand it. This is Tobit 3 and 4. For they obeyed not thy commandments, and the they is referring to the Israelites. Okay? The ones that didn't obey the commandments were the Israelites, because the commandments, the law, statute, commandments were given to the Israelites, going back to Moses. Okay? Through the hand of Moses, as far as it being written on tablets. But before that, we had the laws already. It was orally. Now it says, for they obeyed not thy commandments, wherefore thou hast delivered us for a spoil, and unto captivity, and unto death, and for a proverb of reproach to all nations among whom we were dispersed. All right, so it's saying what? Because we didn't keep the commandments, the Most High delivered us for spoil, and unto captivity, and unto death. Okay, but that is that punishment that we're serving right now is almost over, man. And how do we know that? You can see it by the prophecies unfolding. The Lord said, if once you see these prophecies unfolding, wars and rumors of wars, pestilence in diverse place, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places, then that shall ye know that I shall visit the world which I made. Okay. Right now, you got a flu epidemic. Right now, all right, and that's just it. As far as pestilence, it's gonna get a lot worse than the flu, man. You know, it's gonna get a lot worse than the flu. Shit, the Lord could send cholera up here in America. Okay, so continuing. Okay, now I'm gonna go to Nahum, right? Because my point was that the Most High is gonna avenge us, right? This is Nahum 1, verse 2. It says, the Most High is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revenges and is furious. Okay? That's the true characteristic of the Lord. He can get, he has a lot of love, but he has a lot of anger also. And you see his anger through death, man. When you see somebody get put to death, or when judgment comes down, all right, that's when you see the Lord's anger, man. It says he revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies. Okay, so going back to Psalms, showing you how stupid Esau is. It says he hath said in his heart, God hath he hideth his face. I'm sorry, the Most High hath forgotten, he hideth his face, he will never see it. Well, it tells you in Nahum that what? The Lord revengeth, and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries. He reserveth wrath for his enemies. Okay? It says the Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. So the Most High will bring judgment down on Esau, man. And it's gonna come in the form of destroying your whole kingdom, your whole enterprise, and destroying America and allowing America to be the example to these other nations not to come against the Lord's chosen. It says the Lord hath his way in a whirlwind and in a storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. Okay? So the Lord could come at you in many angles. You see what's going on over there in California. Okay? California is getting real fucked up right now. Okay? You had those forest fires, all right, that dried up the dirt. And then when it rained, showing you the Most High is bad, man. It rained and the soil couldn't hold the water. So as a result, you had those mudslides, man. You had those mudslides that wiped out, and it was a nice part of Cali too. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that was pretty much it. That was pretty much the lesson I wanted to bring out real quick on Esau being a devil that he is. Okay. Denying responsibility and then accepting or admitting the role for it, but not look at that. It caused, after 6 years, and 10,000 deaths. Okay, but not taking responsibility to pay them back or to rectify the situation. That's something the devil does, man. You know, but that was the point of the video. Okay, so until the next show, shalawam.